Well, one of the problems that I've had in the winter is that I need to use a lot of weather stripping. You'll see I have this piece. Good. Well, you can't see it too terribly well. There you go. All along the door, the whole way to the bottom. Then I put some inside. I have it double layered up, and I've got this other piece in here, and it's just been a mess. And a lot of that was because this screen door, which I have the glass in now, just wasn't sealed up well. So I went through earlier this year, and you could see kind of that I put some wood in there. That really got this a lot more square than it had been in the past. And then I also lowered the door, essentially, and this was kind of tricky. And I put this jam on the bottom, which gives me a really good seal. And I can close this door as long as the glass is in here, and I can't feel anything, and I can see my cool snowy day through the front door. So I'm very excited about that. A lot of drafty issues in this house, and so that's going to be awesome. Something else that I do to keep the draft out and keep all the folks who live here nice and warm is I use along the windows, it's a kind of caulk that DAP makes, and it's called Seal and Peel. Sometimes it's hard to find. It's not always going to be with the other caulk tubes, but you may find it with the weather stripping at like a Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. Runs about $4 a tube. It's essentially rubber cement, and for anyone who's ever used rubber cement, it's kind of a clear goo, and this should adjust so you can see that reasonably well. And you can put it all along any of the cracks that you have on your windows. And let me hop up here. You could even get it really good in these pieces where it's hard to tell, but these two spots there, it kind of drops down. And I know you could put in brand new windows and all that, but I really like these old windows. It keeps the character of the house, I think. You can see I even got it in behind the lock. And the best thing about this is I won't do it right now, but you could just peel it right off. You know, rubber cement, I think a lot of you might, it's in like magazines and things like that. Whenever you get credit cards or something like that, you're going to see rubber cement that's sticking to the page. It just peels right off. It's no problem. So it sticks really well at the windows, keeps Liza nice and warm, keeps the rest of us warm, and you get to keep your old windows. And you can, I think that one of these will probably do, depending on how much you need to do, about 3 or 4 windows. So depending on how big the gaps are, it should be what you need. I'm in the bathroom looking at one of the windows here, and you can see that you have to get up real close, but I have some of this caulk in here. It's nice because on the back windows, these top ones that you may not ever move, you can keep that on there. And a lot of times, if you do a good job with it and make sure that it's packed in there good, then the front window, the lower window, is not going to really affect it very well. So you can open and close that. Something that I've found out that you can do that works pretty well if you want to see how where the gaps are exactly is you can use a stick of incense, and I don't have any here right now. I'm going to have to go get some. You want to make sure it's a smell that you can tolerate while you're working with these things, because you're going to need to have it lit and move it around, and not only check the gaps when you're first putting it on, but go around to any spot that you sealed up to make sure that you did a good job. Um, it is tricky unless the wind is blowing outside to really find those spots, and even then you're not quite sure. So it's helpful to do that, to seal up your windows. Makes a big difference. And you want to make sure too that this stuff, I think I may have mentioned it before, is really difficult to squeeze out of the tube. You're dealing with rubber cement, which is very close to being solid when you're squeezing it out. And and it's probably going to take you, over the course of a day, you're going to want to take breaks, or you're going to really hurt your hands, and that can be quite a deterrent. So hopefully this will help you with some ideas on how to seal up your windows. I think the other thing that's nice about the seal and peel stuff is from a distance, you can't tell that that's even there. It's clear. You don't know that these windows are sealed up, and that's one of the nicest things about that. You don't have the fuzzy, foam weather stripping. You don't have permanent seals on there, and you don't have ugly new windows. So I think that's definitely a plus. So you can enjoy your new windows while you watch the snow outside. Well, we actually have snow here today. It's pretty exciting. And I'll add this to the end of the video that I shot about winterizing my house, because it's here, the end. Well, not the end, but you get the idea.